Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm making a classic. I'm doing beef patties from Jamaica. Bright yellow turmeric pastry, loads of fat, so it's super flaky, super layered, absolutely delicious. This recipe I've done a few times now and I've just done different fillings each time, so hopefully you'll like this one or you'll try this one. So our ingredients for the pastry, we have butter, some turmeric flour, a little bit of salt, have some vegetable shortening and more butter. These are frozen and used later in the recipe. So to start with, we want to start the pastry. In the bowl here we've got some flour, then we're going to add the turmeric, the salt and the 60 grams of butter. You'll see how I broke it down in the recipe. You just want to rub this together until it's kind of coated in the flour like loose breadcrumbs. This is the base of the puff pastry. Once we have our breadcrumbs, we want to add our cold water just gradually and bring it together to form a dough. Once it's like this, it's nice and smooth and round, then we just want to wrap this in some cling film and chill it for an hour in the fridge. So whilst that's chilling, we're going to prepare the filling. We have some beef mint, some tomato paste, some crushed garlic, some scotch bonnet, some spring onion and fresh onion, some fresh thyme and a carrot. So I'm just going to dice up my onion. I've peeled, now dicing my. And starting off in a pan, we have some oil and we're going to saute the onions, the garlic and the carrots. Then we're going to add our fresh mint. I'm just using some minced beef, which is quite lean, so that the patties don't turn out to be oily once they're cooked. And you just want to brown that off to start with. Then we want to add some chopped up scotch bonnet. Then we're going to add our tomato paste. And lastly, for the fresh ingredients for now, some fresh thyme. I'm just picking off the leaves. Give that all a mix in, let that start to cook down. Not that mince takes that long to cook anyway. Next, we want to season, so I'm going to put some fresh pepper, some salt of course, and a little, secret ingredient, some browning, which just gives the filling a darker browner colour. Once the mince is cooked down, we're going to finish off with some fresh spring onion. Just fold that through and this is finished. We're going to take it off and leave it to cool. Once this is cooled, it will be ready to add into our patty. So back to the pastry. This pastry is chilled now. So we want to roll it out and actually add the fat in to create the layers for our puff pastry. So I'm going to roll this out to about 2 centimeters thick and just set that aside. This is where we need our frozen butter and lard. We're going to grate this now. That's why we froze it to start with. So now this is grated. We're going to add it to the center of the dough. And then you want to fold the sides into the middle like this. Then you want to fold the ends into the center. So basically we've created a parcel and the fat is now enclosed inside our dough base. I'm just going to roll this out now to about 2 centimeters thick again, and then we're going to fold it back on itself. This is how we create the layers. We're going to chill this again and we're going to repeat that process 2 more times. The more you do, the more layers your puff pastry will have. So I'm going to do that next before we are ready to actually fill our pastries. Right. So the dough is ready, it's had all its fold. We're going to roll this now to about 1 centimeter thick. This is the thickness we want for our patties. Once it's rolled to 1 centimeter thick, we're going to cut out our circles. You can use a pastry cutter. I'm using a bowl because that's the best size I had. And then just separate them from the offcuts of pastry. You can re-roll those pieces so that they're not wasted, but you may not get as much of a rise because now you've manipulated the dough, but that's fine. So Our pastry's cut out. We've got our cooled filling here. We're just going to start to fill these. So I'm just adding a spoonful just off the center because they're going to be folded over. We're going to brush the edge with a little water, fold over the other side of the pastry disc so it creates a half moon shape. Press it down with your fingers to start with, and then I just went around after with a fork. And that is our patty done. Look at that, lovely and neat as well. I love when they look like this. So I'm just going to repeat this for the rest of the dough. So once they're all done, I've just got a baking sheet that's been lined with greaseproof paper. Just going to add them to the sheet, and then just before we put them in the oven, I'm going to poke a hole into the top of the patties. We're going to put them in the oven for about 35 to 45 minutes on 180 degrees. And here we have it. Here are our patties done. Look at the layers in that pastry already. They're lovely and golden brown, super flaky. They are absolutely epic. So there we have it, guys. That's my recipe for beef patties. These look absolutely phenomenal, honestly. So I really hope you enjoy this one. I actually really enjoyed making this. And I hope you try it, of course. Until the next time, peace and love.